Hello and welcome to week 1 of the 30-day challenge. Hello and welcome. You have made it to week 1 of the 30-day challenge. Congratulations to you for signing up and making this step towards better health in 2025. If you haven't done so yet, I want you to take a minute and really thank yourself for signing up for something like this so that you can be your best self. So today we're going to talk about 3 main insights that I want to share with you that are going to help set the foundation of our journey. So number 1 is setting an intention. Before I go after anything big in my life, I like to sit down and ask myself, what is it that I'm going after? Number 1, I want to have a very specific goal. And what's the feeling that I want to feel at the end of this? So, as we embark on this 30-day journey, at the end of the 30 days, how do you want to feel? What do you want to accomplish? Some ideas for goals over this 30 days could be, do you want to lose 2 to 5 pounds? Do you want to feel stronger at the gym? Do you want to feel more controlling your health? Do you want to feel like you're starting to get momentum with implementing these healthy habits? But the one thing I want you to focus on is if you close your eyes and you imagine yourself 30 days later from this point, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel empowered? Do you want to feel excited? Do you want to feel confident? And I want you to choose one word and set the attention that that is how you want to feel at the end of the 30-day challenge. So now that we've set our intentions, let's get into some of the nitty gritty. 2 things I want to talk to you about are 2 things that I find to be absolutely foundational for weight loss and honestly just as a healthy habit with my patients. Number 1 is going to be water intake, and number 2 is going to be protein. So let's dig in. Okay, number 1, water intake. I ask my patients, every single one of them, how much water do they drink on a daily basis? Most people honestly don't really know. So the first step is going to be tracking your water intake. So maybe that looks like having a certain bottle that you drink out of, should be glass or stainless steel, just saying, and knowing how many you drink a day and then doing the math there. That's going to be a first step. So most of my patients think I'm a little crazy, but your average goal for water intake should be anywhere from 80 ounces to 120 ounces a day. We are like over 90% water. I think they say up to 98, 99% water. We need it for our bodies to function well. When we are dehydrated or we don't have enough water, what can happen is, one, we can confuse it for hunger and we can end up eating more than we really need for our bodies. Number 2, we can feel tired and cranky and it can affect our moods. So staying hydrated is really important. Now, it's important to know that with hydration, if you have kidney problems, if you have heart problems or high blood pressure, you want to make sure you talk to your doctor about specific water goals. But if you're healthy, your body will love, love, love the hydration. Number 2 is going to be protein intake. Protein is an essential nutrient that we need for our bodies to thrive. And most people, when we start really looking into the details, are not getting enough protein. Protein is essential because we need it to build muscle and we need it to maintain our metabolisms. And protein comes from a lot of different sources. So most of my patients ask me, Dr. G, how do I know how much protein I'm supposed to be getting in a day? So a good rule of thumb is to first figure out your ideal body weight. So for your height, what is the body weight that you are supposed to be? So for instance, I am 5'4", so I'm 5 feet 4 inches. My ideal body weight is somewhere around 130 pounds. I may not be 130 pounds, but that is my ideal body weight, and that will be my protein target. So 130 pounds, I will shoot for 130 grams of protein per day. Now, like we said with the water, the first step is going to be really looking at the foods that you're eating and asking yourself, how much protein is in this food? And once you start doing the math, you'll slowly start to realize that if you're not intentional about eating protein, you probably are getting nowhere near this target. So it is looking at protein intake and starting to get creative about how we can kind of sneak in protein here and there from mostly whole food sources so that you can hit that protein goal. Some fun facts about protein. Protein is considered thermogenic. That means that when you ingest protein, your body actually has to expend energy in order to burn that protein. So your body is actually burning calories in order to digest the protein, which is pretty cool. And the other part about eating protein is that protein is extremely satiating, meaning if I have a meal that is, let's say, 500 calories, one has 10 grams of protein and the other has 35 grams of protein, it's much more likely that when I'm eating 35 grams of protein, 1 hour later, I am definitely not going to be hungry. I'm going to feel full. I'm going to feel like I'm eating enough for my body, and I'm not going to be miserable and starving, because everybody who has tried to lose weight knows miserable, starving is not a good recipe for lifestyle changes. Now it's time for a challenge. So for this week, I'd like you to post in the Facebook group. I want you to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Dr. G, and I'm excited to be part of this challenge. And there's 3 things I want you to include in your post. Number 1, what is that emotion you said you wanted to feel when doing this challenge or at the end of this challenge? For me, I want to feel excited and motivated. I'm even going to put 2 of them, but you can put 1, you can put as many as you want for those emotions. Number 2 is going to be, what is your water goal after reflecting? What feels realistic to you? Maybe you reflected on what you're at now and what's going to be your target for the week ahead. And number 3 is, what is going to be your goal for protein this week? So maybe you may not hit it over this week, but you're going to certainly start doing your research to see how you can. So remember, look at your ideal body weight, and it should be that in pounds. We're also going to explain it down below. So post those 3 things on the Facebook page to be one step closer to being eligible for the free coaching. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of this video for week 1. Now go post in the Facebook group so I can read it. I'm really excited to hear all about what your goals are for this week. Please like, share, comment on the people's posts that are posting in the group so we can create a beautiful community. If you have any questions, feel free to post those questions in the Facebook group. See you next week.